Here we go. We are back for another warm-up show with the hockey coach Guru conferences directly from the Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to Toronto, Ontario. Mr. ENORTAP and the house tonight.
Hello, coach. And hello.
Monday, March 14, 2022, Mr. ENORTAP. We are 7 days before the trade deadline in NHL.
Yeah.
The next couple of days, a lot of talking about hockey, trade, bait. Everything's going happening around the league for sure. Will be interesting to see who is going to start first, who is going to make the first trade. Tonight, we have a really easy night, Mr. ENORTAP. Only one game. So the result tomorrow is 1-0 or 0-1 you can get. I calculate everything for the weekend. It took me 2 days to find who win during the weekend prediction. And they are at the bottom of the screen with the fantasy player I skipped because it was too complicated at the end of the day. And then I took all the score, gold. They are at the bottom. Also, who has a right score. It's amazing. We have 24 games on the weekend, Mr. ENORTAP, and we barely have 4 people find a right score.
One right score,
So it was not easy about that one over there. But we have some people in the house already and find a way to come to us tonight. And why not welcome Mr. Andrew Will is in the house with us.
Welcome, Andrew.
He's back with us, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about Danny T. He's back with ready to rock and roll the chat tonight. He's ready to click on the likes for everybody. That'd be great about that. Mr. Jamo Vertanen from Finland and the house.
Hello, Jarmo. Welcome.
We have a new friend. His name is Bryce Garrett, Mr. ENORTAP. Come with us many more times now, so we appreciate to be a part of the family now. Bryce, thanks for joining us, and glad to have a part of the Hockey National show. Talking about the family, we're not talking about Mr. the Kings. Round with Kings 20 is with us tonight.
Hi, Ron. Welcome.
We talk about the brother, but now we talk about the real brother, the one we love, the one we admire, we are adorable, the best of the best. Talking about that family, I'm talking about the Nooner. The Nooner is the one. He's back with us tonight, Mr. Nooner in the house.
Welcome, Roger. He's the one that doesn't have to go in the timeouts.
From l'île Perrault, dans la région de Montréal, Mr. Richard Mullen.
Bonsoir, Richard.
And this said everything is big over there, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about the cookies, but also the biggest holders restaurant in the world is in Dallas and Texas. I'm talking because Mr. Joseph Laham in the house tonight.
Welcome, Joseph.
And Bryce, go Leaves, go. Another fans of the Leave. He support Mr. Danny. I'm sure Danny will be happy to have Mr. Bryce and the house tonight. By the way, I don't have anything against Kevin. Kevin left the Hockey National show for some reason, but he was the captain of the fans club of the Toronto now. Danny was the captain. Now he become the captain of the fans. So we'll be interesting how Danny's going to controlling all the fans and the chat about the league. But we have Mr. Roger Delaney, number 1 fans of the Montreal Canadiens. He's with us tonight.
Welcome, Roger.
Pierre Martin, de retour avec nous. Peter Martin. Good evening, everybody. Salut, coach. Salut, ENORTAP. Pierre, thanks to join us. We miss you during the weekend. I'm sure you're busy with the family and everything's going on around you live. But it's always an honor to having you, Mr. Pete Martin. Maybe we could call him Pitt Martin from the Chicago Blackhawks.
Remember Pitt? I remember him. Yes.
I'm not remember, but
good player.
I never see him a lot play, but I know about that. Yamo, you have Chen time for 1 hour. Hello, you have Chen time for 1 hour.
It's only temporary.
It's only for 6 months, Yamo. We're going to catch you back in the next October. Don't worry. We'll be back to find your time at the same time we are at that moment. Is it Finland Chandler time or not? Mr. ENORTAP?
No, I think he's referring to the warm-up show that we went from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. But that was because Coach is a nice guy and he accommodated my schedule. That's why.
Yeah, we'll be there for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And
yeah,
he fixed my time. Yamo, it take me more time. I can stay at the pool 1 more hour. And now the time is changing, so the saving is better for me also. So I'm the winner right now at that time about that one over there. And I can take a longer nap if I want to. So life is great during afternoon here at the Hockey National Show. About that, whatsoever, I have to do some live at some point or some video where my Fantasy Weekly, Mr. ENORTAP, going to be out at... now it's complicated because it's 7. It will be out at 8 o'clock tonight, Mr. ENORTAP. 49 game on the program. Alexis Dubik, the scout, is the retour with you, Mr. ENORTAP. Welcome back, Mr. Alexis.
Welcome, Alexis.
Yes, Mr. Alexis, we do a special edition show at 9 o'clock tonight. Danny ENORTAP, Coach, we love you, even if the league lose and they have won. It was a pretty good day for the fans for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. For sure. Coach, you are wise and to use ENORTAP and the show slot. You are both at a great team. Thank you so much, Roger. I appreciate that. Very kind of you about that. So far, I can afford him, so I'm happy having ENORTAP. Now, Danny said, Bryce is a Leaf fan. Welcome to the family. So Bryce expect to get the letter invitation from Danny for the member to become a fan for the Leaf. It's going to be sent to you the next couple of days from Danny about club. That one over there. You welcome an owner. I'm sorry again?
We welcome everybody, Coach.
We welcome everybody. We have no problem with that part over there. Today, you hit the score right. You will also hit the total, the score, the goal. You have a lot of chance. Many people get the right score today. Maybe Nunar would maybe set 11, but otherwise, everybody's going to be 6, 7, 5, and 8, I believe. But it will be interesting about that. Andrew, we got all your information about the Phoenix a little bit earlier about the Coyotes, Mr. Andrew. We did not forget what you're talking about. We are going to put you on the 5-minute per comment timer. Here we go, Mr. Andrew. I love that idea. I think some of you was going to be applause you. Renaud, Senator have 7 players with over 20 points. Will they trade the goalie also?
I don't think it's something that'll be done right now. They might look at as something over the summer. But I don't think so now.
Forsberg is UFA.
Yeah. That's why. Like, they don't want to lose him for nothing. But
do you think Edmonton Oilers could go for Forsberg?
I don't know. Do you think he's an improvement over Koskinen or even Skinner for that matter?
He's looking good.
So is Koskinen. Last few games.
I don't say he's better. I just say he's looking good. I just said they are not better. I just said Forsberg. I think he's very good.
Yeah, he is. No doubt about it. It's just I don't know if Edmonton's a good fit right now.
I think Skinner, I'll be honest with you, he's not ready yet for the NHL.
There's a team in Toronto, maybe.
Yeah, so that's another subject about that one over there. But I think Edmonton could take advantage of Forsberg and then send Koskinen and Ottawa because Koskinen is going to be UFA.
Yeah, and he's expensive too. But
so Ottawa can use him for the rest of the year. He's 35 years old at the end of the contract or the beginning of the season. So again, Edmonton can maybe, Ottawa can maybe get a second round pick if they focus on Matt Murray.
Yeah.
Mr. RJ Calabro back in the house.
Welcome, RJ.
Kevin Coach will come back. All right. Thank you to hear that. We look forward. Big project going on. Miss the channel, but I have to get things done. Not a problem. Pitt Martin. We're going to call him Pitt Martin, and no problem with that part over there. No, that's what I ask her. We change the times from time a year. Yeah. That's Yamo said about you. And we have Miss. You are awesome, Miss Kelly.
Hello, Kelly. Welcome.
I coach ENORTAP. No words can describe the way I feel. But what we can do today, we can play a song My Way by ENORTAP if you want to feel a little bit better. Maybe that would be the best way to feel your way with My Way from ENORTAP, the singer. Where he's going to be on the American Got Talent next month on the TV. He's going to have
Canada's
his.
Got Talent.
I'm sorry again?
Canada's Got Talent.
Yeah, exactly about that one over there. But this time is better now. Yamui prefers 6 o'clock, Mr. ENORTAP.
Oh, it's better now.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to consider this at some point. RJ, you awesome, bro. Keep up the good work, sir. No, awesome to tell him that. Andrew, I used to do it. You strike me as an accountant. Andrew said about you, Mr. ENORTAP.
No. I'm a teacher.
He's a teacher. We are 1 hour ahead of Sweden. That is good. Yamu said. That's good to see that. Danny said, Alexis. Tu parles de quoi à 9 heures? On parle des échanges, Alexis. On parle qu'est-ce qui se passe dans les équipes. Les buyers, les sellers. Et on parle des Canadiens de Montréal. 2 game for Matthews. We're going to talk about this the next couple of minutes, Mr. Yamo. Al are not very good. Bryce. Next. Maple Leaf, way better. About that one of them.
I forget, Coach. Last time they played, what was the score?
I think they lost.
I think somebody lost his hair for it. I don't know.
And then he gave an advice to Bryce. Bryce, don't listen ENORTAP. Roger and I, Noner, and watch out for Ellen, an uppercut. That's true about Ellen. She's really nice about this. No, your team is one of the worst. Here we go. That started to be rough in the chat already. Renaud said, Skinner is ready. Toronto need him more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Edmonton would get rid of Skinner. I think he's,
not with Jay Woodcroft.
Yeah,
Woodcroft get him for a couple of years together. So I don't see this what happening about that one with him.
Like he's not 100% ready yet, but I think he's very close. I think next year we might see him as the backup.
Toronto need principal Skinner and not soft Kiev. Pierre Martin said, if Forsberg ends up in Edmonton, guarantee to make it to the playoff.
Oh, guarantees are tough. That West Division is quite a mishmash right now. I
was going to ask you this, Mr. ENORTAP, but the question is come from Bryce, and I think we can collaborate right now because we have time tonight, so you drop the puck, could be a little bit pushed, a little bit later. Keith, is it not a good coach? Because I think Yamo or someone else talked about this today. And so my question to you, what do you think about Sheldon Keefe?
Well, his reputation in the minors was extremely good. I think he can only work with what he has. To me, he doesn't appear to be bad, but I'll tell you something. Sometimes I question his matchups. Like when he's up against a team that where he's on the road, I don't see him doing very much to adapt to the situation or players that are being double shifted. And that's where it worries me a little bit for the Leafs with him. But I don't think he's a horrible coach. I think he's pretty good, but he's like anybody else. He's still learning.
He's 37-75.
Wow.
He's the best coach and the history Toronto winning percentage over 100 game in Toronto. The number does not lie.
Well,
so my point to you, is it Keith? Is it Kyle Dubas?
Well, they're different conversations, right? Dubas gives him that team. That's why I said he's only as good as the team that he has in front of him. And right now, he doesn't have a very good defense, and he doesn't have a very good goaltender at the moment.
So the responsible for me, I would try to explain to you, was more like Kyle Dubas. Did not find he did not looking for the right goaltender. And the defenseman, I don't think so. In my evaluation, other than Justin Holl is not better what he is. And it's a little bit what Montreal and out that. It could be with other team. Sometimes the player are on the wrong chair. Is Justin Holl is a number 6 in Toronto. I believe he's a good defenseman. Because right now he play again the second pairing, the line number 2 or the line number 1 on the matchup line. If you are third pairing, you're going to play more often versus 4 and versus 3, where he fit better. Because the guy is 6'3", 6'4". I see him this weekend. Of course, he make mistake because he play against better players. But on the third pairing, I think Justin Holl a little bit better what you'd expect. Now, Sandin makes some mistake. Dermott never reached his level, what the people was expect for him on the left side. And when you're missing a Muzzin, a type number 3, and you don't have a real number 4, they pay the price behind you after that. And I understand the Campbell and Merechek, they are not great, but when you don't have that kind of defenseman where you should get, what you should have, that make the team overall bad because they're not. So for me, my point is not O'Keefe only. It's really Kyle Dubas did not find a way to have or keep the right players inside that team to have a better overall. Because either have the right players right now as the defenseman number 3, defenseman number 4, that would be a better team overall. On my eyes again, but he need to be sure those goaltenders are better at the end of the day. I think he put too much on Campbell.
He made 2 mistakes in my eye. Number 1, goaltending. They gambled by letting Anderson go, thinking that Campbell could go the distance, and maybe he can down the future. The rest of the way, who knows? But right now, he's not accustomed to playing the volume of games that he has been playing, and that's what I think is the problem. The other thing is a self-confidence issue with him. And the other thing is he really gambled on, paying the majority of his money to the top 4 players. And right now, there isn't a team out there that has won the cup where their top 4 scorers are being paid as much as the Leafs are. And that's an issue because then how much do you pay your line 3 and line 4 players? There's no money there. And that's where they need improvement. They need a number 3 and 4 defenseman as well. And if the money's not there, where are they going to get it?
Yep. I agree with you about that one over there. Pierre Martin never met Pitt, but I like it. They call him Pitt Martin. Renaud asked you about this. Welcome, Mr. Renaud. Renaud is the winner of the contest today, Mr. Renaud. Well, Mr. ENORTAP, I'm going starting to count all the winners now, starting today. Until the end of the season, you're going to have a leaderboard about the people winning, the prediction, the fantasy, everything. How can National Show? They not take this easy. They want to deliver the best of the best, and nobody know. But it's ENORTAP is going to count all the winner is going to find.
Okay.
But that's another story about that one over
I
there.
don't have to sleep.
What should Matthews say on his appeal? Do you think, I don't know he did an appeal or not. Can he get down at one game? And I don't know he want to appeal. I don't know if Renault bring this or not, but what do you think about the suspension of Matthews?
Well, Coach, for me, the difficulty is not the situation and what happened. I think if you look at the rules and what happened, it's clear that he should have been suspended, right? It was a direct hit to the head, and this is what the league has been clamping down on. And so, did I think it'd be 2 games? No, I personally thought it would be 1 game, but it would have been a joke if they just fined him, just because of who he is. The problem is with the disciplinary committee, because I find that they're very inconsistent in terms of uh, handing down the games or the discipline to the players, and that's why you have this situation where you say, well, how come when Drouin did it, he got a fine, and now that Matthews does it, he gets 2 games, and you can go down the list with other players, and the problem is with that. I wouldn't appeal it if I were Matthews. Serve the 2 games. It's not like it's going to affect their playoff hopes. They're in the playoffs, so get it out of the way and learn from it.
Yeah, I think it's well deserved. I think for me, I would say to you in our tap, and I put on the YouTube channel, we have a pool every day, right? It's always have a new question, a pool at the end of the day, depend when I'm out here. But I put already one afternoon for Austin Matthews about 2 games, less, more, everything like that.
Yeah.
But someone bring a comments with him. I got about 14 comments. I believe the ref missed a call over there. I think every time you have something like that, targeting the head, they should have a 5 minute and plus the game misconduct. And I think that's the ref bad call over there. Now, it's Matthews, it's Dallin, but again, and I thought he was maybe tried to target in the shoulder. He never been close to the shoulder. He goes straight to the neck and the face of the Dallin. So the call should be 2 minute Dallin, a 5 minute in my eyes for Matthews. And I think the initial referee should be a little bit more, give more 5 minute or reviewing the play right there if they have to. One is something at the head on my eyes.
Yeah.
I think that would be someone about that one with that. Pierre Martin said, how many Canadian players on the Abs team? 2 a tier or more, I think. Honestly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of the player they have right now, the Montreal Canadiens, at that moment. Mr. Pierre, confirm, done deal. RJ Eichel, back, welcome back. Ron said, Forsberg to the leave.
And where's the money coming from?
No money. That's the problem with
Not
that.
gonna happen.
Guys,
Not
Zachary, welcome aboard. Zach, thank you for joining us. Danny and Sir with Bryce about the goalie. Guys, you are having fun. We need a new GM. Because what's happening? Zep Lecab, welcome aboard. We have Renaud asking you, what should Matthews said on his suspension appeal? He get dropped or reduced?
I didn't hear anything about appealing, and I wouldn't if I were him. I think 2 games is appropriate here in this case. I mean, the only thing he can claim is what he hit me first, but he didn't hit him in the head. They were cross-checking each other, and they were body cross-checks, which leads me to another point. Remember that rule at the beginning of the year that if you cross-check with 2 hands on your stick, that would be called immediately. So it goes back to the referees. It wasn't called for either player until that incident happened, and then they both got sent away for 2 minutes. Too late at that point.
Yeah. Do you think he can go and appeal?
Sure, he can appeal it for sure in hopes that it gets reduced to 1 game. But he's definitely going to get 1 game out of it for sure. But what's the purpose again? It's at this point they're in the playoffs. Like, put it behind you, move forward, think about the playoffs, think about making your team better this week that's left with some good acquisitions, and and come back. Consider it a mini holiday.
Awesome. Yeah, my point is how Toronto play too risky an offense player or too deep and opponent get old man's rush. Not very disciplined hockey. But if this is the way Key want Toronto play, then let them do it. Kelly said, in our time, spot on. Letting Anderson go in thinking Campbell will step up. I tried to figure out everything. More offense zone. If I saw both Toronto deep player drive to go, that's crazy optimist hockey. Will Boston finish ahead of the league, Mr. ENORTAP?
Well, they got a good shot, right? I think, I don't know if they have a game in hand or not.
No.
No, they have the same amount of games. But I think, do they play each other one more time this year?
Possible.
I think there's one more contest between the two. So that'll definitely, go a long way in determining things. Boston right now is playing very well. Toronto's not playing as well as they could be. So can they lose it? Yeah, it's very possible. They can lose 3rd place, yeah.
Kelly defend Renault Kelly defend Matthews. The suspension, I would not care. If the money you lose, I would care about.
Well, yeah, generally speaking, I mean, nobody wants to lose money, Ron. You're right about that. The only thing is, in Matthews' case, if missing 2 games, it kind of puts a damper in his attempts to try to score as many goals as he can for the Rocket Award. And it doesn't look good to have that on your record either.
Yeah, possible about that one over there. Do you Montreal won Pavel Zacha for the Devils? Do you think it's right? Do you think Montreal should get Pavel?
Well, I heard that too today. I don't know what the asking price would be for him, but I don't know. I mean, he's what? I think he's 6'2". He's 200 pounds. I mean, he's got good size to him, but I mean, he hasn't really produced more than, I think his best year was around 35, 36 points, something like that. He hasn't had a breakthrough year, and I'm not sure that he will. He might improve, but I don't see him being that dominant centerman that the league or the team needs, especially if they're looking at Minnesota in terms of picking up
28 points this year and 55 game, 13 goal, minus 17.
What was his? Well, he's always been at a minus.
He's always been less of 20 goal and only 35 point. Well, last year was his best season, 35 point, 50 game. So, but he never been a full season in NHL.
First season, I think his first or second season.
He played only 69 game.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
and
injury right there. I don't see why Montreal looking for him.
It's not an improvement for
question answer to you. Boston 2-time against Toronto.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
The last game of the season.
The stage is set.
Because the one hit like a girl, Matthew is a bull. Who has think leave with the cup? Danny Zip, honestly, Matthews got hit a few times and found the net, and they can also go. Matthews got mad. He did what he did through. Try to insert back the best what can do. How to make sense for all the split team, but at least he does show maybe they don't play for it. Trade news, Yamo. John Manson to Colorado. The Ducks get 20 years old, Drew Anderson, a pick for 2023. And a second round pick, so that's confirmed. John Milson become the first player to trade this week. Colorado find a way to get another great defenseman. And for the Colorado Avalanche, is confirmed with what on the Twitter right now.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping 50% of the Manson cap hit salary. Pick is a second in 2023. Salut, Coach Paul Philo in the house.
Yeah. Well, they solidified their position there a little bit, but he is a UFA at the end of the year as well. So they'll have
and Ellison is not signed.
Right.
Wow. The only reason Matthews appeared is to try and recoup if one of the things he's set to lose. What's your favorite NHL team, Coach? The Montreal Canadiens. I was born over there. I do give it a school take 1 and 30. Seemed like a lot for your first infraction. Coach, you were right. The fan 590 said today Toronto and Edmonton are really going for Fleury, but he does not want to come to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is, Coach and I were talking about this just beforehand. If I were Vegas right now, I'd get on my hands and knees and say, please, Fleury, come back. Make it happen.
Yep. Renaud said, "Our Norris and Formenton, the foundational piece Ottawa need to build a champion." Formenton and Norris.
Are they? Sorry, I didn't see the question.
Is Norris is a Formenton, the player Formenton number 10, or the piece to build a champion team in Ottawa?
Well, I think they're two of the pieces. I mean, they have some very good people, like Kachuk, obviously. They have.
Honestly, Norris is the right one. I think Formenton is not like the big piece of the puzzle.
He's a third line, second at best, but third line winger. But yeah, I think once they have Basson back in the lineup, like they have some good pieces there. Stutzel, he's not having the greatest of years, but this guy will definitely be another piece. We have
right now another breaking news. Jacob Chikron is going to be out for 2 or 4 weeks, so
he's done.
So it would be hard for them to trade for Chikron at that moment. Pierre Martin sounds like a bad pick for Pavel Zacha. I think so too. The talk is Marechek for Fleury a picks. But again, he doesn't want to go to Canada.
He doesn't want to come here. Yeah.
His mission is good. Yes, it is, Alexi. I don't want to compare to I don't want to compare to David Savard, but he's a type of guys where he clean up in front of net. He's a big guy, and honestly, he's a Joel Edmondson, but better on offensive side, a little bit better. That's why he is Manson, a big 6'3", I believe.
Yeah, something like that. He's in the 6 feet there. I think 6'2", 6'3".
He's a 6'3", 220.
Yeah.
And 9 point, 4 goal. That's what he is.
Yeah, he's a stay-at-home defenseman, which is what they
second
need,
pairing defenseman over there. That showed to me, something maybe B-Ram's not coming back, and Girard could be a little bit longer what they expect.
Maybe. Or they just solidified their defense. It was good. it was very good, but now it's at a
Oh, the
different
key
level.
for them in Ottawa was Ryan Graves.
Yeah,
They never find anybody like Ryan Graves after he left.
that's right. That's right.
Um, RJ Manson is out to stay at home day, I think.
Yes.
Drew Ellison, c'est quoi son potentiel? Alexis, we don't know yet. We have to wait. He's still an NCA right now. So, not really no news about him. Canadiens have almost no players signed for long term for 8 pick and the first round pick of the draft for next season. Senators have to trade some pick for 2023 draft pick. Arizona should trade some of the 8 pick for 2023 pick. How does the Montreal take advantage? Zev Le Cab says Chariot value is going higher. Agree or not agree?
Yeah, I would agree with that because we have the situation with Chikrin now, which makes it very difficult to deal him. There was another injury last night as well. Trying to remember who now, but he was a UFA as well. So his value is going up. I think they're just waiting. Montreal has, I believe, 3 games this week, Coach. I think he plays one more game, Sherrod, as a Montreal Canadian, and then we're going to see him depart.
Jose asks, Toronto trade for the goalie with Islanders or Oder. What do you think?
It wouldn't hurt. You never know. Varlamov could potentially do very well. I mean, he's had decent history in the past. This year hasn't been a great year for him. But again, it's not just goaltending. I think they need to address their defense as well.
Was the key. I said this morning, Varlamov with Manfield is a great trade for Toronto.
Yeah. Mayfield would help quite a bit.
Yep. Welcome, Sanja Kurik in the house. Pierre Martin said the NHL should equalize the tax Canada-USA.
Agreed.
About that. Richard Marlin, Fleury to Colorado, yes or no?
Fleury to Colorado? No. I think Colorado's okay with their goaltending situation.
Exactly. They're looking for the keep now. They just signed Francouz. That shut down the door for the Golden Dirt.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Bien sûr, Alexis a juste commencé les échanges cette semaine. Are you going to do the Senator game today? No, Sanja. We do the live stream at 9 o'clock tonight for the power play. 2 prospects et un first. Trop demandé, Alexis. Ça va être peut-être un premier choix de ronde, peut-être avec un autre prospect. After the trade, Avalanche are projected at 300,000, which is equal at 1.2 space and 1.4 on the deadline day. Yes, Yamo plus Giroux is out, plus Lekonen is out. So they're going to be fine about that. And plus, Lekonen now is not coming back until the end of the season. Franco signed 2 more years over there. Hello, everybody. It was a second round point for the He couldn't play for the Boston College. And now only signed right until August 15, 2023. About that, Mr. Yamo, you're absolutely right. Mr. ENORTAP, 641. I'm not going to do any presentation, but tell us what paid you attention the last 24 before one weeks ago.
The weekend. I mean, there were some great games, Coach. The number one thing that still stands out in my mind is they haven't really tightened down the defense yet. I don't know if it's because of the volume of games that are being played now in comparison to earlier on in the year. But if you look at the scores, there were, 10, 20, about 24 games over the weekend. And I would say 18 or so were over. So there's a lot of scoring this year in the NHL. We've seen no resolution, I think, in the Western Conference in terms of clarity for playoff positioning, and I suspect we won't see any until probably it'll go down to the last week, the last 2 or 3 games for sure. You have Vegas that has been trending downwards. You have Nashville that got a good win this weekend, but again, their trend over the last 10 games has been down. Um, Dallas had a situation to try to improve their positioning, and they remained. I think now they're 1 or 2 points out. Edmonton came up with a big win as well. Of course, Vancouver had the opportunity to pick up an extra point, and they didn't. LA now, even though they have a little bit of a cushion in terms of points, I worry because their defense is decimated right now, and we'll see what happens if they pick up. I know that they were trying to go after Chikrin very hard. Um, it doesn't look like it's going to materialize, but yeah, that Western Conference is murkier and murkier now.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's a roller coaster of the weekend, right?
Yeah.
We are getting Mr. ENORTAP 20 game. We're hitting now remaining, some 22, 23, 24. The stretch come on is the commands will be closer, closer. So one Peter Dobers, we still have a time. I'm not agree with him. The time now is not anymore half season. Right now, the third quarter is going to be done for Montreal Tuesday night, and after that is the rest quarter. So you have to step up for sure. We have a couple of questions, Mr. ENORTAP, about that one over there. Just give you an idea for Drew Ellison. He was a 47 overall pick, 6'3", defenseman for Boston College, 190. Then that's son, yes, he's from Minnesota, Farmington, born in March 26, 2001. This season with Boston College, his third season with the team. He has a 4 goal, 21 assists, and 25 points for 32 games. He came from the USNTP 3 junior with them over there for the national U18. So he's a defenseman, can skate, fluid skater, a couple of opposite offense players too. So that's what Anaheim got in return. Have until August 15th to sign up. So thanks, Yamo, to complete what I just said. I appreciate about that. Pierre Martin asks you, would you trade to get Andres Adanasio from the LA?
From LA? For Montreal? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go that direction.
Why?
I just think I think Montreal's direction is a little bit different. I think they're looking at youth. I mean, if you look at that game against Philadelphia, I mean, the oldest guy to score in that game was 24 years old, right? Um, it's just the trend that they're going. I think it's a smart thing to do because these guys have to, these prospects and the young players on our current team and the ones that are going to be coming onto our team this year from the draft have to be able to evolve together and work together. And I just don't see him fitting in personally. But
it's easy. Prone injury, 3 concussion.
And yeah.
So that's not good about that one there. By the way, Mr. ENORTAP, are you talking about Andrew Copp earlier? Or he was a defenseman?
That's right. He's the other one that puts Winnipeg in a very difficult position right now.
Do you know this is his 4th concussion?
No, I didn't know he had that many. Wow.
That's why he was upset after the game. When he left, he threw his helmet because this is a concussion.
Yeah.
Alexi, no. Montreal is not looking for him about that. Tommy, welcome aboard.
Welcome, Tommy.
If you are GM in Arizona, will you be able to make the playoff after 3 years?
Right now, I'm a little. I'll be honest with you. I like a couple of the pieces that they have right now, Arizona, and we're starting to see that they've got some decent players that can skate and score. Their goaltending situation is decent. It's very good. The problem is when you rely too much on your draft, like you got to figure that even though they have a ton of first round picks this year, first and second, that is, not all of them are going to materialize to be NHLers, right? We've seen that in the past, and we're going to continue to see that here. So that can't be their bank. Like, they need a couple of players in that rotation that have experience, that are going to be mentors for these young kids going forward. And that's why I still maintain in Toronto, when the contract of Austin Matthews is up, I think we're going to see a big push for him to go to Arizona.
I'll be honest with you, because some people talk about the Coyotes earlier also, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm not worried what you just said. I would say yes, but because they're all getting there, they don't need right now the veterans like to surround themselves right away. Maybe one or two will go to make it. So it's not like an urgency to get there.
Right.
Second thing, they are in a good hands. Armstrong is a smart GM.
Yes.
Because people said, no, I'm telling you right now, what they have right now, the way they play, it's
a culture.
One of the best team in NHL with expectation at the beginning of the season. They play better what everybody was said about them. And everybody, remember the first 8-2, 9-2, and 8-1, and then what they did, they formed everybody. A little bit what Martin St. Louis did at the beginning. 3 losses at the beginning, then he replayed. Armstrong brilliant culture. It's a work ethic. They're going to mold them with them. At the time, everybody's going to start a little bit better. At the time, they're going to change the big building. At the time, everything could turn around to get the muffin at some point.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, you're right. But I think 3 years might be a bit premature. I think you're looking more 4th and 5th year.
Yep.
And then you're right. Then bring in a couple of veteran players to help out.
Yep.
That's a good.
And they have a good organization over there. Larry Plow been forever in hockey, is a special advisor over there, and they have a great Armstrong coming for the St. Louis Blues. He's not a guy like John Chikra before that and everything like that. They are building a great foundation over there. A little bit what the Devils, a little bit what the Kings, a little bit what the Detroit, and that's what they need over there for sure. Kelly, I will not answer to you. I will let the expert to tell you that. Keller, if she asks you, Keller or Norris for tonight?
For what? For tonight?
Or Tim Horton pick.
Norris or? Oh. I'm going to be guilty if she takes the wrong one. You know what?
You're the expert.
I like Norris. I like Norris because he's been hot lately.
Expect this tomorrow morning.
Sorry.
You almost, and I tell you going to like a politician answer. So I would say Norris, but you should also thinking about Keller, because Keller could be have a better way. But you did not go that way. But I was expecting you skating a little bit around that one over there. But I cannot do that. We have a few people talking about this guy, but we have to go on the prediction of the night, Mr. ENORTAP. Again, I have a nice presentation question for you tonight, but we have no time because the people are so nice to ask us so many questions, Mr. ENORTAP. So we have to give credit. But before we start, we have to go this. We did not do it. And this player is on the locker room for about 6 days right now. He wants to see who I am.
Oh my God!
And he wants to know who I am. And you have 2 players involved with that one over there, Mr. ENORTAP. And one is easy. The next one may be more difficult. But let's try it. Who I am for Mr. ENORTAP tonight. We have a winner, Yamo. Teppo Numinen and Daniel Alfredson. Alfred Numinen. Got it also. Congratulations. ENORTAP, do you have it? Or
I had Alfredson. I was trying to figure out Teponumanen, but I didn't have him yet.
All right, I will give you one more chance, Mr. ENORTAP. So it would be easier for you. You better really goaltender.
Oh my God!
So the next goaltender, Winnipeg Jets.
Oh my gosh. What is the number 29? Oh
Yep.
boy.
Bob Essessa. Danny Potvin. Essessa. Jose. Welcome back, Mr. Jose. I think we just say hi to you, Mr. Jose. Renault said Moog, Andy Moog. We have no time. We don't have a lot of people and so on. That one, Mr. ENORTAP, who is this?
I'm not sure if it's Essenza. I'm not sure, to be honest.
His last name is the same name almost like the GM.
Oh, Shovel Day.
Tim.
What was his name?
Tim Sheffield.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yep.
Shovel Day.
And we go. We're going to go one team. Yamo always stuck with Valley Cap. How this work, Mr. ENORTAP? Before you start, for everybody, guys, we're going to ask you one favor tonight, if you don't mind. No, but because we have only one, honestly. Yamo, can you confirm which wood, if you can, Yamo? What I want you for everybody, give me the team, the score, the fantasy player, and the data of the game at the same time together. That would be easier because we have only one game. So if you don't mind, that'd be great. So John Gregor, you have to restart. Here we go.
Well, the only game we got tonight is Arizona and Ottawa. Neither one really has an impact in terms of playoff situation, but it might in terms of draft picks. With Arizona, right now you have Nick Schmaltz, which has been very hot ever since that evening where he picked up the 7 points for Arizona. He continued his good fortunes. He's picked up, I think, he had another night of 3 points, and then he followed that up with 2 more. So he's really been on a tear for them. Keller has been also very hot for them. No surprise there being on the same line. He's recorded 2 goals and 2 assists in the previous game that he played against the Senators. The Senators themselves, well, they even though they suffered their 6th loss in 8 games with that 6-3 setback at the hands of the Hawks on Saturday, they have been looking much better. Their defense has been a little bit suspect, but their forwards are really coming on, and you notice like guys like Norris and Connor have been Connor Brown, that is, have been much better. Stützle hasn't been having a great year, but in his second half of the year has been a little bit more consistent. Tkachuk is starting to come on as well. You had some production also at the back end with Shabbat, who's, again, he's been inconsistent, but he recorded 3 of his team leading 27 assists in the other encounter that they had against the Coyotes. So I expect this to be a tight game between the two. I still think they might hit the over here. I ended up taking Ottawa to win 4-2 in this game. And obviously my total goals will be 6.
Right.
The hard part was trying to get my fantasy team because
ENORTAP.
coach took all the good players.
What is your ENORTAP? 6, you said?
6, yes. 4-2 for Ottawa for me, given that they're at home.
Tommy Myers go with 11. Richard. Got it. And then
I'm seeing a lot of Arizona out there.
who do you believe Mr. ENORTAP could make a mistake?
What do you mean?
But then he said final score 5-3. And he said that I will take ketchup. And my total score is 8. But he said, go 8 goal, Tipo. But he said 9 at the beginning. So
He did his math. Leave him alone.
here we go. So we have a result here, Mr. ENORTAP. I show my score, Mr. ENORTAP. I go with 7, and I go with
Okay.
4-3.
Yeah.
So I think I said 3-2 earlier.
Yeah.
So don't forget, guys, to click on the likes and also to give us your prediction. You still have a time to do it. Here, I've been close and then I disappear for the last 24 hours. And this is because I was sleepy when I did it, but that's another story. Arizona, Shabbat, Keller, Kachuk, and Norris. And I want to take my wild card of the night. Mr. ENORTAP cannot figure out who this guy is. I go with Zipris Mayo.
Mayo.
I call him the mayonnaise.
Yeah. Take ketchup next.
And honestly, Mr. ENORTAP, you never gave me your name of the players.
Oh, I did. I didn't? Well, that's because I was trying to understand, I think, why you took Arizona.
So the only one I believe this one over there.
Well,
And
as if I have any choice.
so I go with what I think you can get, and I give you only three choice tonight.
Yes, so far you're right.
And the next defenseman, I'll be honest with you, you maybe go with I don't know,
Zub, Ottawa.
Zab.
Yes.
And then the forward, I don't know.
Well, since you took all my Ottawas, so
you go with Kessel.
I went with Boyd, Cruz, and Schmaltz.
Boy, and who the last one?
Schmaltz and Cruz.
Cruz. No Kessel.
No Kessel, no.
Oh, you're going to pay the price tonight? You said I should take him tomorrow. You're going to tell me.
He's too happy being a father.
Yes. Coach, remember then gave me black eyes. I can see a little. Yes. Kelly, she gave us a score. Pierre Martin gave us a score. He took Lawson Cruz, by the way, Pierre Martin. So thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate a lot. Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to not skip, but we're going to ask you directly what you're looking for tonight. Of the fact you maybe come back at 9 o'clock.
Hopefully, I will try my best to come back. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I to be honest, I went with Ottawa just because they're at home and they have been playing a little bit better lately. But I could see the Seasley going Arizona's way. They've been scoring a lot of goals lately. They're, as coach said earlier, there's no quit in this team. They go out there and they give an honest effort every single game. We even saw the game against Montreal. They were flying high. Good team. Could go either way.
If I said to you, you have only 3 people took Ottawa,
I know. I'm not surprised.
Do you feel comfortable with our score together?
I just don't know why you took Arizona. You took Arizona.
That's because I know I'm going to win again, you, or I will win at some point. So I don't know which one. I need to figure out right now. Okay, everything I took is not good now right now. So I go with my do balance 50-50 at that moment. Joseph, who is your fantasy player for Joseph before we leave? Can you put this? We thanks everybody to join us tonight. Another great show. I think for the first of the week, for the start of the week, Mr. ENORTAP, I think we did pretty good. We will be back at 9 o'clock. We want to see you tonight at 9 o'clock. If not, you can join maybe at 9:30 or whatever you can show up. That's not a problem. With 10 o'clock, we expect to finish before midnight tonight. So that'll be the prospect of what we try to do tonight for sure. So we are back at 9 o'clock tonight. Thanks everybody to join us. But before we leave, we want to remind everybody,
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Yes, you have greatness inside of you. Mr. ENORTAP, who is a great, we are really grateful having you. And you always make that show very, very great. And we thank you for all the hours you spend prepare the show, because people don't see how the preparation is all about before. So we thank you so much for that one over there. And we wish you an amazing great night for everybody. I look forward to you maybe 9 o'clock, if not tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Until then, be well, be healthy, find a way to not only dominate your day, but Mr. ENORTAP, find a way to what? Dominate what?
Dominate your whole year.
There we go. Have an amazing great night, everybody. Thank you so much, ENORTAP.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Coach.